Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at some long ball examples, again from the same Liverpool game, because I think we really struggled with this on Thursday's game. So we had the really nice idea to hit those crossfield long balls into those wingers who ran in behind, but we missed some key elements, some key small little bits of detail that I think could really help us out with this, especially looking towards those games that we've got coming up against teams that will probably sit a bit, teams that will be a bit reluctant to press maybe, and so we can find these spaces and have the time to play these passes. So let's have a look at example one here, because what we can see is that we've already got a winger where the fullback doesn't really have a problem right now because he knows that that's his man. So if the ball is switched, he can just get out to him very easy if he can bring it down, or whilst this ball's travelling, he can just go and attack it, yeah, and win that pass. But as we move this on now, so we're going to have a look. See, look, he knows he's there and he's ready to go get it. But now let's have a look. We've got a run started from our left back, and he's going to cause him a big problem. Because look, what's the one thing that we don't have? Remember when I said about those spaces? We've got a wide left, we've got a height. Where is our inside left? He's going to go and create that for us by making this run. And McAllister sees it. So head up, looking for that switch. This is our number 8, by the way, who's just dropped in, found some space. He's looking to hit that switch. That's what his coach has told him to do. Have a look. And we've got a left back who's joining in that inside channel. And he's about to create for this defender a real problem. There he is. He's still coming. McAllister's still having that look. And when he arrives, this defender's now got a big issue. He's arrived in that inside channel. The defender's now worried about him. He's picked him up. He's taken his man. But who have we left? We've left the guy on the back post completely free to make this free run in behind and receive the switch. And this was a big problem that I saw when we tried to hit switches in the game on Thursday, because we would just have this man against this man. Whereas if someone's made this run on the inside channel, whether that be a 10, an 8, a fullback, it gives him something to think about. It makes him go with this inside man. Remember, defenders are told to go with that space in here. He's worried about him leaving that big switch completely open. So then they can hit that switch, and there it is. Collected the ball on the far side in a nice position with options up the pitch now, right? Like when we come back here, we've got two really nice options, one in that inside channel and one keeping that height, that are ready to receive as well. On to example 2 then, and I'm hoping we're going to see kind of a similar thing. This is R8. Again, he's happy to drop in. He's been given the license by his coach to come drop out of this block and to get the play started. But there's no waiting around, because he knows that something is about to happen. The ball's coming wide right. There's going to be a big switch on, right? If we've got the ball on the right hand side, where's our space? It's on the left. But right now, again, the defender's not got a problem. He's 1v1 on this sort of back post area, very happy in his little space, marking his one man. If the ball's going to be switched, he's ready for it. But McAllister's going to create a problem, because what have we not got again? That inside left. And he's going to go create that and run in this gap, which this defender hates. I don't want to be in here. He wants to just be happy with his winger. So then when the balls move round, there's McAllister. He's still going. He's still eyeing that space. He's run all the way from outside this block to then, look at him now. Look how long that sprint is. Trent's about to receive this pass, and he's already got his head up. Before, pre-scanning, where is the space? McAllister's made this run the entire length of this half pretty much to then draw this guy away, right? So now the defender thought it was just a 1v1 on this back post, was very happy to stick with him. McAllister's now created a real problem. We followed him the entire way from back here. Defenders had to come with him, meaning we've left this guy completely free at that back post to then receive the pass. Now that is what I call a sprint for the team, right? He's made, 50, 60 metre run without even wanting to receive the ball, just to make space for his teammate who's going to receive it on the back post. And there he is. He's received it nice and in behind, quite high up. And actually Liverpool score from this attack. Then, and having a look at a similar idea done again slightly differently. Trent's about to receive this pass on the right, and he knows if the ball's on the right hand side of the pitch, there could be space on the left. So as soon as he's received this ball, his head's up and he's having a look. But this is what he sees, and right now this is a bit of a problem, because our defender's in quite a nice position. If Trent hits that switch now, he's ready to go and engage whichever one receives that ball, or he's ready to win it in the air in front of both of them, right? He's cleverly marking two people at once because they're kind of stood in the same space. So what can we do about that? Well, let's run it on. He stands on the ball, he pauses a moment and waits for some movement. Because what he's looking for is this. Jota makes this really nice run, engaging the right back here, the fullback, inside, making sure that he knows that he's there and he's got a problem. And what does that do? That split second of Trent standing on the ball, a little bit of good movement, means that then the defender is now occupied by one of them, leaving the other one completely free on the back post. That is not a long bit of movement. We just saw in McAllister's one, he sprinted half the length of the pitch. This is just really clever. 5-10 yards, occupy the defender, make the space for your teammate on that back post. Kind of creating a 2v1 ready for that switch, so that when one of you is occupied, you take away the defender, the other one's completely free. The ball is then hit, and Gakpo can then receive quite happily at this back post. And I'm hoping throughout these different examples you're seeing exactly the same principles, but done slightly differently. Done by different people, done in different areas. So, ball's on the right hand side again, and it's about to be played to Konate. Jota's already having a look. He's looking at Gakpo thinking, how can I make this guy some space? So right now, already when we run this on, he's trying to draw this defender out. He's occupying him, like we saw in that last example, but he's already in that space. He doesn't have to make much movement. He's actually moving away towards the ball here, trying to drag that defender out. Leaving Gakpo completely free at this back post, because he knows this is the fullback. If I occupy him, it gives him a good chance of receiving that long switch, that long ball. So we run it on again. Konate has another pause on the ball, standing on the ball. This is a common theme, guys. If you're not quite ready for it, if a little bit more movement needs to happen, just take a moment, especially centre back, stand on the ball, have a look at the options again. And that moment just causes Jota to drag this defender just a little bit more, meaning that then Gakpo's in a lot of space to receive this pass. This is a really nice example for us wingers. So for Ayaka, Ofo, Haruna, when we're looking to receive that switch, we're right on the last line. We're making sure that we're not offside, of course, but we're right on this last line. And also very wide, So then when this ball is hit, we can receive it running in behind that defence. We're going to cause them a lot more trouble receiving it behind them than receiving it down here in front, where they can react quickly and just shuffle across. And there again, he receives the pass out wide, and look, we've even got two runners on that inside channel trying to make that overload. On number 5 now, and again, we're going to see something slightly differently, hopefully. Van Dijk's going to receive our pass, and here he is, standing on the ball, waiting. He's assessing his options, using that time that he's gained just by standing on the ball, waiting for some movement. Now, I want to follow Salah here. Trent is currently completely free, and he could go and hit that switch. Maybe he hasn't quite seen it yet, but I think it's more because he's waiting for Salah to do this. So let's have a look at Salah. How can Salah occupy this fullback? He knows that Trent's here, and he wants to make him as much space as possible. So Salah makes this run inside, into that inside channel, giving that defender a problem. He doesn't want to go out to Trent and leave Salah completely free, even though he knows this long switch is coming. Salah makes sure to see him, the defender's seen him, and made this run, decoy run. Of course that pass is never going to be played. A straight ball down the middle. But look what it does to our defender. Curve run, inside, defender's legs have gone all wobbly. They're thinking, Salah might be an option here, I'm going to need to cover that. Salah was never going to be the option. But his movement inside gave that little bit of a split second to Van Dijk and more space for Trent to then receive this pass. So that now, when this ball's about to be hit, he's only just reacted from that position where he had to mark Salah on that inside channel. And look how much space Trent's in. And actually, this ball wasn't particularly good, because if it was better, we should be hitting it down here, in behind, in that red zone, looking to cross. But it wasn't hit particularly well, and we've had to come back. But again, same ideas. How can we occupy that outside fullback using a player on the inside channel, leaving space behind them? Our final example here, example number 6. And this is a really nice example because this is our number 10 that's going to receive it out wide, and this is our winger that's come nicely into that half space. So let's follow Salah here. So again, we've got this movement inside our fullback, recognizing that this is our wide right, and this is our inside right channel. And he knows that to create him the most amount of space on the outside, he's going to come inside and occupy that defender. So let's keep watching it as it goes round, comes into McAllister, and there he is. This fullback can see him. He knows he's there, but there's nothing he can do about it, because he's got to be more concerned about the guy on that inside channel to start with. Salah holds that position, and we've got Szoboszlai. Look at him, hands in the air. He knows he's in a lot of space here. And so maybe McAllister actually could have hit that pass. Maybe he didn't see it, because Salah's holding that position really nicely, occupying that fullback on the inside channel. Our fullback cannot go out to him and leave Salah. He's scared about the guy inside, leaving the guy on the outside. And then when we run it on, it's actually Van Dijk now who hits that pass. But look, Salah's still holding that position. Szoboszlai, a little bit more movement. How wide, how high can we go? And then we've got runners. So the ball comes out wide in Szoboszlai, and Salah's gone. And let's think about this for a second. The best teams always think a step ahead, and the best players do. So if this ball from Van Dijk's played really well, Szoboszlai can cross that first time to Salah, who's running in behind completely free. So when we're hitting these big switches, maybe strikers, 8s, we need to be thinking about supporting that by also making forward runs into the box to give them early options. And look at our defender, absolute no man's land. He's not really marking Salah in this example. He's definitely not marking Szoboszlai. 2 runs either side of him. He has no idea what he's doing. Okay, so I'm hoping, and there he is receiving, another run on that inside channel by a fullback. Look, I'm hoping you've seen similar ideas throughout this video on all 6 examples that are done slightly differently. It doesn't matter who does it. We've had strikers, we've had wingers, we've had fullbacks, but someone needs to go and occupy that defender, that fullback here, giving him a problem. Because if we've got run on the inside and on the outside of him, he'll prioritise that inside man, leaving more space for that big switch on the outside. So this is done through hard work and through effective communication and through also sticking to those tactical principles. When we're looking to hit big switches, is it on? Do I need to stand on the ball? Do I need to pass it short and just take a moment because it's not quite on yet? So let's set more of these up with someone occupying that fullback, whoever that is. There you go, you can see it really nicely here. Occupying him to allow more space for that switch out wide.